I wanted to come on here today to talk a little bit about why Oscar has been falling as late. If you guys haven't seen, Oscar took about an 18% minus day earlier this week and has just continued falling throughout the week. So I want to discuss why it's been falling. But before we get into this, I just want to ask you guys to please comment, like, and subscribe on this video. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So I want to start off with some background on Oscar. So I'm going to cover its target market just so you guys can have the full picture of what's going on. So Oscar's business model is focused primarily on individual and small group markets, especially with ACA marketplaces. And if you guys are unfamiliar in the Inflation Reduction Act, which I have more details on that, but basically ACA subsidies were given out. So in 2023, over 90% of ACA marketplace enrollees received subsidies, as you can see. And because Oscar focuses so much inside that market, there's the price sensitive consumers, but you're scared that now that the subsidies go away, they're going to lose the customers because the customers can't afford the normal market price of these healthcare plans. So, pricing and enrollment strategy, kind of going into what I already just went into, Oscar often prices aggressively to offer low premium plans and subsidized tiers like silver. These lower sticker prices attract subsidized customers who care more about the monthly cost. ACA subsidies are income based, reducing the effective premium consumers pay. This strategy leads to higher enrollment, particularly among younger and healthier individuals, which helps manage Oscar's risk pool. They have limited presence outside ACA, and this is what I was saying. So, Oscar has limited exposure to employer sponsored insurance and Medicare Advantage, where subsidies are not essential. It is more reliant on ACA exchanges than insurers with broader product portfolios like United Healthcare. And then this is where you get all the details. So, in the big beautiful bill that Donald Trump's been pushing, you guys might not be familiar with what's inside it, but they are ending ACA subsidies. There'll be no more, and this completely affects Oscar because they focus so heavily on ACA. Now, I'm in the next few slides, I'm going to talk about what route Oscar is going to be going down and how they plan on attacking it, because they've known for a while and even in their guidance that this was something that was most likely going to happen with Donald Trump as president, and they've been preparing themselves to pivot for when it happens. So uh, I was talking about this earlier, but recent legislation like the American Rescue Plan Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, which is the one I was mentioning, extended and expanded ACA subsidies, boosting enrollment and revenue for Oscar, and now that is gone. So, here, what this means. Oscar is putting a focus on ICHRAs. How an ICHRA works. So, employers set a fixed monthly amount, $400 a month per se, they're willing to reimburse. Employees choose and purchase their own individual health insurance plan, typically from the ACA marketplace or directly from insurers. Employees submit proof of coverage, and employers reimburse up to the set limit tax-free. Oscar is targeting gig workers, part-timers, and small businesses who may adopt ICHRAs. It's a scalable way for Oscar to access the employer market without needing to run full group insurance operations. With enhanced ACA subsidies set to expire, ICHRAs could help Oscar retain customers through employer-sponsored funding. Now, before I close this out, I do want to say where I stand on Oscar Health as a company is I always kind of had the idea and why I was a little hesitant to start a position where in the 13s I saw the company is so cheap I was willing to get some exposure on some cash secured puts, but the one reason that worries me is I think Oscar will get it figured out, but I'm unsure about a lot of investors seem to think that they will switch over to ICHRAs and the growth is going to continue. Management has said that too. Growth will just continue and everything will be all good. I worry that it's going to take some time switching from relying so heavily on the subsidies to then going through ICHRA, because I think ultimately when the subsidies go away, I think some customers will leave. You'll also have some new customers be gained, but I think there's going to be some turmoil created where the company, gets a little stagnant for whether it's a year or just a couple quarters. I could see it lagging, and in that time I can see it being a painful time for the stock. But if you're in the company long term, you like it long term, then it's something that I don't think should really matter. You just DCA into the position. But that's just kind of how I'm viewing this name currently right now. I just think there's a lot of unknown, and I'd like more clarity around what's going on. I do want to say, because I this is a new area that I've been researching into and trying to get a hold of. If you, like, one of you guys think I'm confusing something, comment down below. Let me know if you think I got something wrong. But um, that's where I currently stand on Oscar Health. But I do want to say that none of this is financial advice. I just am letting you guys know what I know and how I'm feeling about the company so that you guys can make your own educated decision on what you guys want to do. So that being said, I would appreciate if you guys comment, like, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And go follow me on X or Twitter, where I put all my first initial thoughts on what's going on in the market. That being said, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.